happening, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing good. I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the secret submissions. Now, mostly the ones that matter. Now, the ones where you can get those pain in the ass, hard to find soul emblems that, from these guys. So we can fill up our community boards. Now, they're secret because they're either hard to find or they're not on the map at all unless you do certain activities. Now there are a bunch of these, so instead of going through each one and taking an eternity, what I'm going to do is give you guys some quick tips on how to find these hard to find or hidden submissions. So we probably already know the map is our friend, and these blue markers, they're the submissions. But I'd like to mention two things really quickly. Well, the first one quickly. One, the map does show you where the submissions are, but it doesn't show you how many are in that area. So just make sure to check before you leave. It might save you a lot of extra time. Two, the main menu actually has a sub-menu. This is called the off-world map. Now because it's off-world, only Goku can get there with its instant transmission. And you don't want to miss the Bubbles mission. This is where you can get his soul emblem. Now I got a quick video for you there, show you how to do that if you want. Now like I said, you can't reach King Kai's planet with any other character other than Goku unless Bulma becomes playable, because she shows up everywhere. But if you advance too far in the story, you're going to lose the opportunity to do that mission. Unless, of course, you want to go back to fortune teller Lady Baba and pay her 1,000 zenny so she can go take you back in time. So just don't forget to check the world map and the off-world map before you advance too far in the story. Now there are some character-specific missions here. Now if you finish the mission with Gohan and the person you help needs more help, that person only wants Gohan's help. They kinda ask or hint at for the person that they want, but some submissions won't even show up on the map unless you're controlling the right character. So during the intermissions, just make sure to cycle through every available character for your leads to make sure you don't miss anything. Okay, this one's a little important. If you want to do all the submissions, you need to do them as soon as they come up, because some of them are like in stages. For example, Gohan and Krillin help these travelers on Namek so they can leave the planet. Later on, they're going to end up helping a Frieza fighter after Namek who's just running around the place. Now you have to do those two missions so those guys can get together, so then Piccolo can help those guys later on during the Android Saga. And I believe you see them later on Planet Yardred. At least that's where they say they're going. All I mean is, we gotta finish the first step before we're even allowed to take the second. Which is super important because Frieza blew Namek up. This means we wouldn't even be able to start this string of missions. We gotta keep our eyes out for them. Now for the first set of secret missions, they're actually tied to the Dragon Balls. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this because I got a video for you that can help you find them quick, all the rules, rewards, everything that has to do with them, if you're having any troubles. But technically, each villain that you wish back with the Dragon Balls counts towards the submission total. The rewards and their specials are really good too. Plus, this is how you get their soul emblems. For example, when you fight Raditz, you get his soul emblem, but he's like those missions I mentioned earlier. He doesn't want to fight anyone but Piccolo. He's got a bone to pick with him. So you can fight him at a certain point during the story when you're controlling Piccolo, or you have to wait to intermission and cycle to that character so you can do this mission. Now you technically have to finish the game before you unlock all the villains that you can wish back with the Dragon Balls, so there's no rush, but keep this in mind. These missions won't show up on the map unless you make them show up. They're kind of easy to forget. Now there is another secret fighting mission, and I'm not talking about Banyo. This mission is tied to the Red Ribbon Bone Skull enemies from Dragon Quest. Yeah, I said it. They're from Dragon Quest. Think I'd notice? After you beat them back into their game, tougher opponents from Dragon Ball will show up. Now, this is actually the first in many steps to unlock the Mirror Battle. This is going to be a little bit of a war. These enemies, they are stronger than usual, and they will continue to rank up in strength, health, aggression, fun. It will take serious late game power levels to complete this, but there's no point in waiting. Mira requires a lot of energy, and every battle gives just a little bit. So this is going to be a grind. So we need to get on it. But by the end of it, the last mission that you will unlock will be able to fight the unkillable time demon from Xenoverse 1 and 2 and possibly 3. Now, even though I'm joking around about how many times you fight Mira, Mira's no joke, and neither are these villainous enemies. They're tough. There's actually a bit more on how you can unlock more of these enemies, but it's going to take a few steps. We'll go deeper into this, and I want to do some advanced combat training that I actually learned from fighting these guys, but in a separate video, so I can give it the attention it deserves and hopefully not miss anything. But in the meantime, kill all the red guys that you can. That's my advice. Now in the main menu, there's something called Story. This will help as well. Now not all missions will show up here until after you find them, which is kind of pointless, but every guy that you wish back from using the Dragon Balls and most of these single or one-time missions, they will show up in here. So at least you know it exists and you can try and go and find it. Now in this section you can also look and see all the missions that you've done, which missions you have left, and of course, which missions you can't do. Now I missed one at the very beginning, and now every time a mission that's related pops up, it automatically goes into the fail section. That hurts, but it's kind of my fault. I should know better. After all, I've helped this woman at least 3 times. Her mission title kind of says it all. Now the enemies that you wish back with the Dragon Balls and the villainous enemies, they will not disappear or become locked if you don't do them right away. So you can kind of wait on that and focus on looking for the other blue icons. But like I mentioned before, we gotta use all these things. We gotta use the tips I mentioned, and we gotta use the story section in the menu, just so that we can find them. But this is basically how you find all the hard to find and the secret missions. Now I'm going to ask you to stay tuned because, like I said, I'm going to make a villainous / advanced battle tactics video. Probably one's about things you need to know. The Majin Buu saga, I might just show that whole thing. That's going to be fun. Plus, I got guides on the things that I mentioned, like those 2 little side mentions. I got guides on that, one on the Dragon Balls. I'm going to try and keep you covered. I usually mostly do Dauntless, so if you're here for Dragon Ball only, you should see Dauntless, see what it's all about. Otherwise, guys, on that note, if this has helped, join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's the only way we can talk. Keep it easy, and remember, just keep gaming. Now this woman's waiting for Chi-Chi and Gohan to save her. How does she make her help herself?